Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our playthrough of Blueprints. Mind you, I know we played it just about a week ago, but every time I hop back in, it does feel like it's been a while. But I'm excited to hop back into day 59. I was reviewing a good amount of notes the last week, trying to go over some of the clues that I've either missed or overlooked, and I think I have a couple more theories of things we could try today, aside from the regular stuff we have on our list. One, I definitely need to read some more of the books that we have throughout the house. I have pictures of a good amount of them, but I know I'm missing a few. So we're going to cross our fingers for a library and a bookstore today. Let's get started. First things first. Ooh. Sorry, my mouse got tied up. First things first, let's get our package. We had that set up from our mail room yesterday. So let's go ahead and start off with some fresh resources here. Alright, let's grab our allowance. And let's head out to our little side antechamber, that little shed over there. Now, I'm still poking around the house for other methods of what we could use, like the sledgehammer and the torch and stuff for. We're still on the lookout for those microchips. We're on the lookout for those keys. And so we're definitely going to be trying newer rooms. Tomb, I'm kind of tempted to do because we haven't done that in a while, so maybe I missed something in there. Shelter is useful. But I think we're going to hit up Tomb because I feel like we haven't poked around there in a while, so it might be kind of useful to, recheck what might be going on in there. Alright. Let's see. Because I think we did check down here before. I said, like, the unlit candles. These don't look to be particularly noteworthy. The other candles we've been able to light have always been a little bit more decorative. But if we get the torch, it might be worthwhile to come down here and maybe light some of these guys up. If we can. Or like this space back here. Even though it's, I think, if anything, more decorative. The fact that there's still unlit ones might, point to us needing to interact with it. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Mew. They're on sticks like the other ones. Just the other ones I think were more decorative. They had like a little gem and stuff on them, but nonetheless, if we get the torch today, I do think we'll come back down here and maybe poke around. Make sure I'm not missing any like stones poking out that are secret buttons, Because like there's little alcoves like that, which is, architecture, that's decorational, but every time I see it, all I think of is like, oh, secret door. And so if we get a super sledge or, like for example, here, these two we can definitely light, because these are the ones that we've lit before throughout the other portions of the house. So we can definitely light these two, because these are the exact same ones like in the chapel and in the Undercroft. So let's see if we can't get an armory today, and see if we can't maybe light those two up. We'll try the other candles, of course, but those two definitely open something up. So we're going to have to hope for an armory today. Let's see. Let's head into the house proper and begin poking around. I do have a key card. Like I said, I have to remind myself what I left for myself the day before. But let's start poking around the house and maybe hope for an armory and see what we can do with today. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm having a wonderful week. Today I just kicked off my summer semester for college. I've recently started going back, pursuing an English degree for my own pleasure, right? Oh, perfect. Speaking of, there's the armory. Office would be cool, but this is what we want. Excellent. I think we'll run right back down to the tomb then. We'll snatch that, and we're gonna snatch the mace in case we don't get a sledgehammer. Oh, Ralphine, don't worry, you are not annoying me, like you said. Check the books. I think just before you hopped in, I was just saying at the start of the stream, one of the plans for the day is to reread everything, because I know I've missed quite a bit. I've got plenty of notes and pictures of some of the books that I've been able to capture, but I have not saved as much as I should have. And so the goal for today too is library and bookstore. Ah, look at that. I think we'll try the others too, but these kind of chandeliers, not chandeliers, abras, candelabras are noteworthy. Okay. Good amount of rerolls. And an upgrade disc, which is quite nice. We'll just have to get a room with a computer. While we're here, we'll poke around. Since I have a sledgehammer. Yeah, so these can't be lit. But we have a sledgehammer and we have a torch, so let's just play around in here for a little bit. What about these guys? No, so I don't think these can be interacted with either. Let's take our coins. And let's see. We can head through the Undercroft if we want to. But I'm going to check all the walls and just see if we can't, or even the sarcophagi too, if we can break open our ancestors' tombs. But let's just see if there's anything we can maybe break with the mace, with the sledgehammer. We got our candles out of the way. See, like this. You would think, right? Can knock. Oh, but this one can knock the locks off of chests and trunks. So maybe this doesn't function as the sledgehammer in the same way of breaking down walls. I probably do need the super sledge now that I think about it. But that wall is noteworthy, so we'll come back to that. Ah, here we are. Look at that. Another set. Oh, okay. This is a little bit more intriguing. Oh, okay. It's the mobs. Excellent. Another allowance puzzle. All right. Ooh, okay. Forget. Either my cursive literacy is very bad or something... Oh, I think my cursive literacy is very bad. I was going to say, because it doesn't look quite like English. Let's forget. In. We're going to take a picture of that. That's what I say, it doesn't look like English. There's a little bit of English in there, but it might be that made-up language that they have for the game. Because I think if we go back to the classrooms, they have like a cultural language that we might need to actually figure out here. We're going to take a picture of that. It is in purple handwriting, which I don't think we've come across anything that said purple can't be trusted. So we're going to have to maybe figure out what the rest of this says. Let's take some time with the allowance puzzle here. Do we want it to be purple? We want it to be purple. Okay. Ooh, okay. And then that rotates it. Okay. Okay. There we go. And these guys need to get to the other side. How do I get these back to center? I might have put myself in a corner. Maybe you should be able to restart it. Here we go. So let's do maybe that. There we go. Excellent. A little bit more money. That would be a good start for tomorrow. Let's be a little more thorough in here. Oh, for example, that key we almost missed. That is probably for her journal in her bedchambers. Yeah, diary key. Okay. So let's see if we can't pull the ladies' chambers today. Alright, we'll keep hugging the walls here just to see if there's anything else we might miss. We, like I said, do want to probably get the super sledgehammer for maybe some of these walls that look kind of suspicious. But elsewise, I think that might be it for us in here for right now. We already read that letter. Back at the beginning, so that might be it. We've hooked around the walls. So let's head back up to the house. Already off to a good start. We got an upgrade disc and some interesting finds. That journal might be, sorry, that diary might be in the same language, so we might have to figure that out today. Or at least start the process of deciphering that. But let's continue to press on through the house. Ah! Okay, so I'm just ransacking the house, maybe? Can I break anything else? There's another one. Oh, hello. Is that... It's one of the microchips. Okay, can I break anything else? Okay. That is very... What do you call it? Nonchalant, so to degree... Or, like, I can't think of the proper word for it, but, like, just... hiding in the vase is not very climatic, I guess. I figured that you might be able to break them because they're kind of wobbly. Like not wobbly, their pattern seemed similar to like the walls you can break. It looked cracked. But I guess let's go insert that. I know we're kind of wasting through steps here, but that's pretty big. And I think if we insert it, it'll probably be permanent. I would hope we don't have to get it each time. But that's one more microchip, so we just need to find the third one. But considering how it looked a lot smaller when I picked it up, but okay. Okay. So like I said, maybe the third one is somewhere in the dining hall. Because if it was just in like an urn, I mean, we've already kind of checked everything in the dining hall, but like maybe it's in there because it's got the pattern and everything. Because it wasn't like a puzzle that we had to do. I thought it'd be more involved to get one of those things, not just breaking something. Awesome sauce. Same deal. I always feel like there's something with the reflection on the floor, but we can't interact with these. Can't break the clock. Okay. Awesome. We'll keep heading north, I suppose, for right now. We got plenty of dice. I'm not necessarily feeling any of these rooms right now. Veranda sounds actually kind of cool, because we do have a lot of green rooms we can pull from. Nice. I've got a set of keys. We don't have a shovel. Let's see. Do we want to do hallway? Let's do chapel. This chapel, like I said, we're going to just keep donating to that pig, because that might help us out sometime in the future. Bunk room. I don't have any hallways, so let's not pull that. We'll just do another den, so we can stack up on gems. No trunks or anything. Oh, the other thing that I need to keep tabs on, I do believe... I say believe, but the clock tower, one of the clocks in the clock tower isn't moving, and it was stuck at, I think, 1:30. And so we should keep an eye on the clocks throughout the house. If 1:30 hits, we should go to the clock tower if we, pull it today, which hopefully we do. We could do a kitchen. We are kind of low on steps. Now I'm cautious of wanting to break everything in the house. And we'll save a few coins for ourselves. Turn the water on. So I'm just checking to see if I can interact or break anything. Okay, first key. Yeah, let's pop. That's actually a good angle for it. We'll hit the commissary now. Ooh, metal detectors. Although I did spend all my gold. We'll come back. I didn't think about that part. Silly me. Boiler room might be kind of fun. Lab is good for an experiment. Let's hit up boiler room, just because there's still, I think, a few more rooms we can play around with in terms of the power. So we'll go ahead and turn this puppy on. Oh. Let's flip you over. We'll go ahead and turn this bad boy on. And at least give us the option of putting power throughout the house if we need it. Let's start heading westward towards the foundation. Dark room and archives are not the best in this instance. We'll hit dark room though. That's not gonna be too bad, and it lets the power keep going on throughout. So let's see if we can't head south. Try and get into the foundation. We'll do, I think, this room, save on gems, and it's a powered room. Oh, it's archives. Okay, that bit us in the butt a little bit. That's okay. Because that's gonna hide. Did I read through? We read through that. We have a picture of that. And there was, I think, yeah, we have pictures of all this too. That we do need, because that's going to be, I believe I already have a picture of it, but we'll take another one. That's for the Undercroft. Alright. We have pictures of all this as well. Yes, okay. Well, let's keep trying to head towards the foundation, just to get that center stone knocked out. Ooh, that does kind of suck, but we now have the lever in here, so we will lose half our steps. However, we'll be able to open up the southern door of the antechamber. So we might be able to go and play around in there today as well. Maybe fool around with the geography puzzle, even though I haven't done too much more research into that one. Okay, that's the weight room. Let's head west. None of these have power to them. Let's see. We're good on resources for the most part. Let's redraw. Why not? Furnace just gets me a key when it's powered. Garage, we're pretty good on keys. No, let's do garage. Why not? Let's make sure we're good on keys. Plus, if we get the car keys, we'll be pretty set. We've already checked, for the most part, if we can light anything off in here. Outside, I kind of want to double check, but I feel like it'd be more useful maybe with the shovel, but I didn't see any dirt piles out there. Let's see, what else can we power? Just more furnace. Security, that's what we want. The security will net us a computer, because we do want to get not rid of, but we want to utilize that upgrade that we have. So let's do that, and let's see what we get today. Oh, okay, I should be more excited, actually. Closet's pretty useful. Let's see what we have. 1 extra item. Okay, drafted to a hallway. 2 extra items drafted to a bedroom. And 4 if drafted to a red room. Oh, 0 items. So hang on. Empty closet, but you get 4 extra items if drafted to a red room. So realistically, I would get just as much from doing the bedroom closet, and I could still do 2 items if it's not adjoined to a bedroom. So why would I... Yeah, we're just going to do bedroom closet. I feel like that it can be difficult because there's not a lot of bedrooms that have multiple entrances. Honestly, I'm gonna do hallway because I feel like bedrooms, most of them are dead ends, so you're not gonna be drafting out of them that often. The only one I could really think of is maybe the just the main bedroom, which has like the single in, single out. Because everything else that I'm thinking of now is basically a dead end. Okay, let's see. We don't necessarily want to use too many resources. I'm mostly kind of fooling around with the possible power options because I just want to see what happens in each different room. Oh, okay, a furnace. That gets us a key. Cool beans, I guess. We'll go ahead and pop a key over here. We're kind of... Yeah, hallway just makes the most sense, because I feel like that's the one we'll use the most. We'll do a morning room, because that will just net us some diamonds for tomorrow. And we're kind of low at the moment anyhow. Wish we had a shovel. I don't think I'd be able to light anything on fire in here. So let's keep pressing. We kind of dead-ended ourselves, but we're set. Let's head north, see what rooms we get. Maybe we'll get a clock tower today. That would be nice. Speaking of, there's a guest bedroom, which we are looking to get into the antechamber today, so let's actually do that, because that might bump us up another 2 gold. I don't think we need to go down to the antechamber today. I do want the ladies' bedroom, or at the very least, should we do casino? Let's do casino, that sounds fun. Spend some gems, but, what do you call it? A coat check so we can put that diary key away, because I do not want to end up in a spot where we'll have to go back with a sledgehammer to the tomb and all that stuff. Let's do 5. We don't have 20, so we're gonna have to do 5. Oh, nothing permanent on this one, but still. Hey, we actually won something. Bet the most. I wish I could. The most I could was 5. We were 1 gold short of 20. But we did still win something, so that's pretty good. It wasn't one of the permanent upgrades, which kind of sucks, but, we have to bet a little bit more money for that. Oh, let's spin another die. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's set up a clock tower. We have other routes north, so let's do clock tower. Now the time... Do we have a clock in here? No. So let's see here. I don't know which one is the most accurate read, because... Yes. So this is the one that's not moving, and this one's at 1:30. So I think we have to come back to the clock tower at 1:30. What time is it now? Okay, so it looks like we're getting there. We have maybe 2 more hours. It's weird because it's the backside, but so we have maybe 2 more hours, so 2.5 more hours in game of goofing around. There's the stopwatch, which lets us basically have unlimited steps. So I think I'm actually going to run back to the commissary. Yeah, you will not lose steps, keys, or gems. So let's go run real fast. Open up some additional rooms. And also maybe run back to the commissary without wasting steps, because I do want to get maybe a shovel or metal detector going here real fast. Alright. We have our security door. I know, it's still running the clock, darn it. Okay, we're gonna do whatever gives us power. Okay, it's the laundry room, not the best pull, but that's okay. Doesn't use keys, so that's cool. Passageway is probably the best pull for us, even though it's gonna waste a lot of coins. Let's do passageway. Great Hall probably would have been fine too. Laboratory is probably the best pull, that's going to leave us left. Alright, now we're back to wasting steps. Secret garden. Okay, we do like that. Gotta keep an eye on the clock here, too, and make sure we're not missing our clock tower. Experiment setup. Continue with experiment and see. Always permanently add gold, because we like that. Whenever you draft an archived floor plan, so that's likely, so let's just do that. We should have it, yep, up and running. So, we could fool around with that now. We've already solved that puzzle, so let's hope for something that goes north. Like observatory, perfect. There's no clock in here. Green rooms, okay. And an extra key, so just a lot of key stuff. We have enough steps to get back to the clock tower. Oh, I didn't go down to the basement. I keep forgetting about that. That might screw us over a little bit, but we do get our allowance. I should have enough steps to keep going that direction. So we'll turn back a little bit. I need to make it a habit of just opening up the moon door as soon as we get to the foundation, so I don't end up wasting too many steps. Let's see what's going on in the east. We'll go ahead and do our secret garden key, because that should put some fruit throughout the house. Ooh, and a metal detector. I'll take all of that. Ooh, and a shovel. All the stuff we were gonna buy. That's perfect. These can open left and right. We don't necessarily need that right now. There's no dig spots, it looks like. Well, let's clear out this dead end. Closed exhibit. The backside would be against the house. That's not going to help us. Let's do, screw it, archived floor plan, because we'll get an extra allowance. Ooh, maid's chambers. Not the coolest. That limits items that we have in the house. That's okay. Is there a clock in here? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Gymnasium kind of sucks. Let's just do another archived. Why not? Let's get up our allowance. Okay. Walk-in closet. Don't necessarily need keys and gems, but you know what? It's fine. We're bumping up our allowance. And I guess we're just going to head back through the house. Maybe to the foundation if we can. And we're also going to find a spot where we can check the time, because I'm starting to get paranoid. I don't think it would have gone that fast, but, you know. Yay! It did spread some fruit around the house, which is going to be useful for us. Let's see. We got plenty of keys. That will dead end us, unless we want to go all the way back. So let's just do archived. Okay. And it is a dead end, but we bumped up our allowance and got a whole bunch of extra steps, so that should help. Can I light that? No, I can't light a fire in the wood room. I know, poor hamster. All alone. Double checking everything here. We've read that already too. Okay. So, I did see... I know we're wasting a couple steps, but I thought I did see an apple. Oh, I guess that doesn't give that too many steps, huh? Maybe that was a waste of steps, that's fine. I don't need to launder my money at the moment. Well, let's run to the foundation then, I guess. Time. We're almost to 1:30, so I think if we run down to the foundation... Ooh, we have the steps to do it, right? I think we can run down there and flip a lever and then come back. without missing out on the clock tower. Oh, there's a banana in there. I think that'll get me one extra step. Yep. From going back and forth. But I think we could risk it. Let's head down. Pop that lever. The foundation, I'm just going to pop the lever for the moon door. But I'm worried that might eat up all of my steps. I think we can get away with it. But we'll keep a close eye on it, because I don't want to miss out on whatever is going on with the clock tower. But we'll run down here real fast. It'll help us kill the time anyways. Pop open the antechamber door, because if we have enough steps to get there, I do want to try that geography puzzle again. I think we can get away with it. We're looking okay. We've only done 3, so it's probably going to be 4. We should have, like, 10 steps remaining, I think. Alright. The next door we want to unlock is this one, because we do have the rune for it. We just don't have a key. The diamond we don't have quite yet. We also have most of the information for the hourglass. Alright, there we are. I don't think we have the info we need for the diamond. I think we have enough. Yeah, we should have enough steps to get back. So I think we're looking good. Alright, let's run back upstairs. Kind of a shame we didn't get the ladies' bedchambers. I don't think that the diary key is permanent, of course, so we'll probably just have to go fetch it again, but at least we know where it's at, and it's relatively easy to get to. Usually once you light something, it stays lit, so we shouldn't have to go get the torch again. We can just get the tomb, get the key, and then hope for the ladies' bedchambers. And we got a microchip, kind of by accident, but you know. Let's dig this stuff up real quick. I was kind of hoping for maybe like a turn up or something, but that's okay. Yes, casino. That's what we want. It was through here. So, let's check the time. I thought I was holding still for a minute. That tripped me out. It seems like it's slowing down. Okay, so we're almost there. We need one more little rotation. I think we're gonna wait for a second, just so we don't miss it. I wish I knew the exact number of seconds we had left, because I would do some type of countdown, but we're almost there. And here, hopefully, is the moment of truth. Yes! Okay. Secret door. Okay, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, okay. I'm glad that was not for nothing. Excellent, excellent. Let's see what awaits us. I do like that it points to it. That's cute. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's start here. Each of these clocks should be set to a different time. I think that's a blue memo. It looks a little green behind the glass, but I think that's blue, and blue is always trustworthy. We can't trust the red memos unless it's handwritten. So, each of these clocks should be set to a different time. So we need to change it. 5 of these clocks should be set to a time ending on the hour, so double zeros. This is false. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. So this clock should have all the same numbers. I'm assuming it's the opposite, but we know that to be false because it's printed and it's red. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. Okay. Okay. This clock should not be set on the hour. Okay, so this one that's false, so this should probably be set to 7 on the dot. Because if this should both have 7, there should be 7 on the dot. The only question... Oh, there's not an AM PM. Okay, cool. I was about to say that would be also hard to figure out. And we'll do hour. 7. Okay. I'm confident that's 7. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. This one should be... It says this clock to set time containing all different numbers, so maybe 2 of the numbers match. Okay. So we have one that's on the hour. Different things. Let's see. We already have this one. None of these clocks should be set to the times that contain the number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. Let me get a little notebook here. Just so I can start writing down some possible times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are out of the question. Okay. So both of these clocks have to have 7, right? This one probably does have matching numbers, and we know that the middle one can't be a 7 because there's no, like 3 hours 70 minutes. So my guess is that it's probably going to be, let's see here. Let's see. And 1, 2, 3, or 4. So maybe 50? Let's see. So I'm thinking 757. Because then that would be... 2 of them would be matching. And none of them contain these numbers. We'll try that for starters. I guess no, that's a 1. So yeah, we'll be fine. This clock should be set to a time that contains the same 3 numbers of another clock here, but in reverse order. Okay. So it couldn't be an hour number, so it'd have to be something that has minutes to it, which it could be this guy. It could just be 757, because that would be also reverse order, but the same thing. But let's see what else we got here. This one is true. The clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in ascending order. Okay, so this is accurate from what we understand. Because if it's handwritten, it's usually true. So the clocks are positioned so that the times will go up in ascending order. Okay. This clock should be set to a time that contains the same numbers of another clock, but in reverse. None of these clocks should be set to times that contain those numbers. Okay, so I think that's accurate. 7. So if it's ascending order, maybe this is 7:30. Let's give that a shot. Let's try that. 7:30, so 7, 7:30, 757. So maybe this is 8. We'll try that. Oh, give me back. Be careful. There we are. Let's just say 8. And let's say this is 9. Let's just call this 9. And that will be ascending. Damn it, I did it again. Gotta be careful with the last couple minutes there. And we'll go 9 o'clock. So that's 1, 2, 3 that are on the hour so far. 1, 2, 3 that are on the hour. That's the thing, though. This clock should be set to a time that contains the same 3 numbers of another clock here, but in reverse order. So maybe it's these two, because like descending. Oh, and they can't have 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this can't be right. So maybe 50. So then it's 7, 750, 757. Oh, you know what? And I bet you Oh no, because it would be 0 coming first. So 7. But it can't have 1, 2, 3, or 4. But 5 and 6 are completely fine. So maybe it is 56? Because then over here, this one could be like 657. Or maybe it's 55, like 557. Let's try that. Let's try 55. We'll try 5 first. So, and this one is in complete reverse. So let's try that. 5. 57. This one we're gonna have to figure out. Well, that one's probably actually 6 o'clock then, huh? Okay. Because then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one would be another on the hour. So let's try... We have 1. Okay, it's not 1. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so one of these is incorrect. Which could be this guy, because that... It could be... Where's that? Maybe 6 o'clock. So let's try 56. Let's try... No. Okay. Oh, because that's more, huh? So it would have to be less, wouldn't it? So I think it is the 5. $5.57. Unless that's also inaccurate. And then this clock... This clock should be set to a time that contains the same 3 numbers of another clock here, but in reverse order. So what else? What other possibilities do we have? Because we can't go 0, 0. That 657 would not be it. Nope, not the hours. We want to go back to 7. Alright. It's not 55. And none of these clocks should be set to times that contain the number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just make sure I'm not screwing that up. Okay. Because this could also still just be wrong too. This clock. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. So at least some of them should be matching, right? Well, I guess it could be... This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this doesn't necessarily have to be 555, huh? It could be 705. Let's try messing with the minute hand here. Because that's 7, so as long as it's greater than 7, so let's try 5. This one, let's try... It can't have a 1 in it, can't have a 2 in it. So it has to be in the 50s. If that is 05, let's try 50. So 7, 705, 750, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the whole numbers. If this was... That's the thing, though. It can't be... Oh, maybe 507. Let's try that. Okay. And this bad boy, let's try with the hours just to go back to 0. Oh, so it can't contain... It also can't contain 1 through 4. So it's got to be 5. 5:56 maybe? We could try that. 5:56 and 6:55. Yeah, but then I don't think they'd have. Let's see. 5:56. Let's get that back up. 5:56. No, because then this would have to be a 7, so that wouldn't work either. Unless these are too low, maybe. 7:05, so 7:05, and like I said, maybe 5:07, but I feel like we already attempted that. 6 o'clock, 7, 7:05, 7:50. Let's see. No. Drat. 57? Once again, we'll try. No, because it has to be less than, so. Drat. Each of these clocks. Definitely blue, definitely red, definitely blue, definitely red. 1, 2, or 3. Reverse order. The clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in ascending order. So maybe we have it backwards and we need to be going lows to highs. Let's see. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. So let's do... I guess we can reverse it, huh? So let's do... No, because then that... Maybe it's 7:07? Let's try this one. Okay. Minute hand. 7:07. Where did I get 5:07 from? Damn it. I do feel like I had it in the proper direction. And now I feel like I'm starting to overthink things. I think we already did 5:57. Or 5:55, you think? Let's, oh. Once again, I keep doing it. Gotta be careful of how many minutes we're doing. So let's do 7:55. And then let's try 5:57. Okay, and then that has to be 5, because it can't be 1 through 4. And it has to be on the hour, right? So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe this one's wrong. Let's try 6. Nope. 7. Nope. 8. 9. Can't be any of these guys. Drat. Can't be the same number, I don't think. 5:57. That's the only one it can be, I think, is this. Because I think this one here and this one... Where's that? This one that's in reverse order have to be the same one. Because all of these are going to end with a 0. Because that's going to have an end with a 0. This here could be it, but I feel like it's going to start with a 7. I'm just trying to think, like, what else? Maybe 5:07 is what we already tried, though, no? What other combinations do we have? We have 5:57, which we've already tried. And it would have to be less than. So let's try minute by minute. Because I have a feeling this one is 6. to be 6, so I think it does have to end with a 5. That's the only way, math-wise, it's going to make sense. Let's go back to 55. Alright, and over here. I mean, shoot, maybe... Well, you know what? I didn't think about this could be 8 o'clock as well. This could be 8. Oh no, but it's supposed to have a 7 in it. Drat! That can't be it either. So that's the matching one. And it can't be... Let's start with the 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have ascending order. Well, ascending order, I would assume, just to be higher number, no? So like 5, 5:57, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:55, 7:56, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That would be ascending order. Different. So yeah, each of these clocks should be different time. 5 of these clocks should be set to on the hour. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. But so this should have a pair of numbers in it. Oh, that's my bad too. So let's do 57. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing that. And it can't have a 3 in it. Do I have a 6:30 anywhere? No, right? Okay. The clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in ascending order. Well, maybe it's the arrows? I don't know if that would make much sense. Is it descending? Oh, I guess I'm not starting from over here, huh? I'm starting here, and we're going up, though. So, would this have to be the lowest one? I guess we're starting from left to right, but... if that's the case... Okay, let's try flipping these. Let's do... Let's make... both of these have to have 7. So let's keep this at 7. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing 7. So let's try to make this one 5:55. Or sorry, 5:57. Let's make you 7:57. I don't know if that works either. No, I don't know if that makes any sense either. Each of these clocks should be set to a different time. So let's just do 5 for you. $8 o'clock, so let's just do 6 for you. Let's do 8 for you. So 5, 6, 5. No, that wouldn't work either. Let's see what would work. 5, 6, 6:57, 6:56 maybe. No, because it has to have a 7 in there. So it would have to be a 7. Because the middle one can't be a 7, and this one has to have a pair of numbers. Assuming if the opposite of that is true. 5, 6. Oh, it could be 707. You are right. Let's try that. Good call out, Mew. See, 707. This one, it can't have a 4 in it. So maybe 750? And this would be... Yeah, but then... 707. So maybe 8. Let's do 8, I think, actually. Let's try 8, because it would have to be a higher number. And then this would have to have a 7 in it as well. So maybe 807. And then this... Ooh, 807. So maybe 850. Oop. Oh, I keep going one too far. Okay. 850. Yeah, but then, okay, 1, 2... I still need some that are going to be solid numbers is the problem. 858. Because I'm thinking that this one would be 857. Right? Yeah, 857. But this has to have a 7 in it. And it needs to be on the hour. So is this one 7 o'clock? So it needs to have a 7 and it has to end on the hour. So we know this is 7. So this is too much. And this one needs to have a 7 in it as well. So maybe this is 607? Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Has to set this clock to a time containing all different numbers, so we don't want it set to that. So it has to be 707. So once again, that doesn't make any sense, because this one, this would have to be 7, and this would have to be 707, so the order would have to go from lowest to highest. Am I wrong? Because if this one has to be set on the hour, and it has to contain 7, it would have to be 7 o'clock. And this one should contain all different numbers, or should not contain all different numbers, so 2 of the numbers have to be matching. But it also needs to have a 7, so the only way for it to be, both of those things to be true, would be 707. So the order would have to go from lowest to highest. So... Or like 757, one of the two, but let's try 707, although I don't think that's going to work, because I would need it in between, so maybe this is 705. Oh. 705. So then this could be 507. 5077. This can be... I think this is what we already had, but this will be 6, 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this could be 5. And that goes up in a proper order, because we can't descend. I mean, we can't ascend from this one, because then these wouldn't work. These would not work together. I don't think I'm going in the wrong direction. Because if this clock should not be set on the hour, but it's red and it's not handwritten, so it probably should be set on the hour, right? This one says the clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing 7, so this one has to be 7 o'clock. This is also the neighbor, So this one has to have 7 in it, but set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. That is false. So the numbers should have a pair. And we can't have 7 in the middle, so it'd have to be 707. So the only direction we can go is from lowest to highest. That's the only way I could see it working. Unless, like, we can't take these as true opposites, which means... This clock's neighbor should be set to a time containing 7. So that would have to be 707, no? Because I don't think... I mean, if it's from left to right, what time is it supposed to be? Or do we have an AM PM? Because that would be 5 AM. That's 5:07. That's 6 o'clock. That's 7. That's 7:05. Yeah, this is all proper. The direction is wrong? You think? So you do think it's from left to right, but if it's from left to right, how are we supposed to get lowest to highest if this has to be 7 and this has to be 7:07? Because we can't have a 7 in the middle of it. Oh, I'm dumb. We could have a 5, though. See, like I said, I think I'm overthinking stuff. Let's see. We could have a 57. And we could have a 557. Or even a 6 if we wanted to. No, it'd have to be 5 because it'd have to be pairing. Okay. Like I said, if I overthink things, I get stubborn about it. I'm like, well, logically it has to be this. Okay, so 557. That could be 7. This could be 6. That's 7. Okay, that would have to be an opposite. So, this might be 9 then. This one has to be the opposite order of something. So it could be 7:55. So this one's definitely 7. This one's probably 6. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. 557 might be the other one we could play with, because it can't be 667, because there's no 60. And it can't be 1 through 4, so I think it's 557. 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock. You would be maybe 750. It would have to be in the 50s because we can't have, or it could be a lower number too, I suppose. Because then this would be 755. So let's try that. That would be 755. You could be something else. You would be 9. So 1, 2, 3. This would have to be 5 o'clock. Oh, but then we run into a problem. Unless that's 5 and this is maybe 550. But then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not what we need. Because we need another on the hour. This should be set to a different time. Let's start with 5 down here. That's 1. That might be 557, which means this is 755. And that would be 9 or 8, perhaps. But then what's our other... Because this can't be a 0, right? Because there's not going to be a time that starts with a 0. So the only one I can... it could be 8. It could be 8:57. Right? Because this could... No, because that has to have a 7 in it. So it would have to be 7. Although it could be one of these, too. So let's say that's 5:57. I'm confident on that. That would be 6. This one would be 7. This could be... maybe... Let's go back to 7. That's the wrong button. 7:08. This could be 8:07. Oop, too far. (8:07) and that. So we have, hang on, 1. Drat. We still have that problem, but 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 7:08. Or it could be maybe 7:09. This would be 9:07. But that would be 10, and we can't have a 1. And that would still be 1 short, because we'd have like a 5, let's say 5:30, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Drat. The lowest we can go is a 5 o'clock, because we can't do 1 through 4. What other options do we have? It can't be 67. It could be... I don't think it's 7:07 or 7:57. The only other one it could be is 5:57, right? If it was paired. Unless it jumps all the way back up to... Can't have any of those in it. Let's just say 5:50, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:08, 8 o'clock. Let's try... What else could this be? It could be 9:07. But then we would need a 7:08 somewhere. And that's the only other option I could think of, is the 5:57. Would this be 7:55? But then there's not enough hours in between. So this one has to be 7. That's 5:57. I think this would have to be on the hour. Cannot contain those numbers. Same 3 numbers of another clock, but in reverse order specifically. So it is reverse. It's not 8:07. Oh, I guess this could be 8 o'clock, huh? But then what would the time be for this? Let's see, let's try 8 o'clock. Okay, and then this could be... So this is 5. If this was 8... Sorry, 5:58, and this would be 8:55. And the last one could be 9. 8, 8:55, 9 o'clock. So we have 5, 5:58. Oh, that wouldn't work either. Drat. I put 8 o'clock down here for right now. Let's see, because we have 8:55 maybe, but that couldn't be it either. Because this one would be 5:57. So let's see. I know I'm struggling a bit with this one. We know this is 7. We know this is 5:57. So we're going to say this is a 6 because we need that to count towards what we have. That's 8 o'clock. It can't be 5:58. So maybe... Any other thoughts, Mew, Ralphine? Because we got 5... It should be ending on the hour. I don't think that's correct. I'm positive that this and that are correct. So the 7 o'clock and the 5:57 o'clock. And then probably 6, because we need another hour counter. This one has to be in reverse order. And it has to be greater. It has to be 7 or greater. So something has to end in 7, 8, or 9. That couldn't be 9:55 because the next hour would be 10. So it has to be 7 or 8. It's not this one. It can't be that. It could be 5:08, right? Hang on. It could be 5:08. And this could be 8:05. There we go. My God. That took a second. Let's go. All right. And there's our other key for the day. I do lose this key, though, right? If I recall. Do we have enough steps to get back to... We do. Ooh. Can we get back into the foundation is the question. Did I waste steps today? Maybe I shouldn't have gone back and forth through the casino. Not the casino. Let's see if we can't run back. Is there an apple or anything on the way, hopefully? I do think it was just enough steps. It should be 3 steps to get down there. So, crossing our fingers. Because I do think I lose the key if I don't use it. Mind you, we should be able to go right back into the clock tower and get it now that we know what the answers are. But let's see if we can't run down here real fast. Oh, that felt good to solve. Thank you guys for the hints and the help. The 2 cents, the thoughts that you had running through. That one was a fun puzzle. As much as I was seemingly frustrated, I was a little bit. But I do like puzzles like that where it's, logic and process of elimination. Ooh, we have 1 step. I don't think we're gonna make it. That's disheartening. Drat. Okay, but we know the answer. We know the solution, so we just gotta pop ourselves a clock tower. Hopefully that secret door stays open. If it doesn't, we also might have to wait around some more. I will say a shame we didn't get a coat check or anything. That's okay. We bumped up our allowance, I think, by like a good 4 or 5 gold, and we uncovered a whole bunch. The candles in the tomb, the diary key that we know now where it's at, the clock tower puzzle, which gave us another antechamber key, which is huge. The title of the stream can, properly be accurate now, because now we, found ourselves another moon key for the antechamber down below. Hopefully... Oh, Ralphine, you're saying the same thing I was just thinking. I probably don't have to do the clock tower puzzle again. I just have to get the clock tower. Which is great. So we can just hop back in there when we can and grab that. Yeah, it doesn't give us the key, which makes sense. That's fine. I believe the microchip, though, should probably still be... Yes, because these are still broken. So, the microchip is permanent. That's awesome. The clock tower puzzle is solved, so we have 3 keys of, I think, the 8 down, so we should need to find another 5. So we're definitely going to be reviewing that riddle from room 46. Let's head to our side yard. We got, ooh, a whopping 40 gold from our allowance now. Love that. Let's head into our little side shack and see what we got for only day 2. That was only day 1 that we just did of our little run here. So we're on a pretty good track. I don't think I have a blessing going right now, but I do think we want to hit up Toolshed, because that usually sets us up. Metal detector is great. Wrench is so-so. I haven't found I've used it too often. Would rather have like a sledgehammer or something, but I'll take it. That's great. We don't get to play around with the diary key today, which is kind of a bummer, but we know where it's at now. We can play around with that another time. But let's shoot for the higher end rooms and maybe get a clock tower. Because I do want to go into the basement and get that unlocked, because we do have the solution for at least one of those rooms down in the basement below. Ooh. We'll do bedroom, because we might be going back and forth here a good amount. No additional items. It's crazy how, ooh, breakfast nook is quite good, even though it's kind of leading us in a loop. Let's start, yeah, let's do breakfast nook, steps and key. It's crazy how like a little puzzle like that can kind of get me excited and, you know, have a little bit of a rush, you know what I mean? Just solving it, at least, is a good little rush of dopamine of accomplishment, so to speak. You do not want to make a circle, although we don't seem to have much options here. We're good on gems. Let's do spare green room. Sometimes there's a watering can. No, but there is a lever, which is great. We will take that. Maybe we can get into the casino today and play around with that theory. We're making circles today. Let's do a den. Get ourselves another gem. Some chump change as well. Alright, I guess we're going to the west. Although I'm getting nothing but left turns, so we'll see how this run goes. I'll take a bum run after the previous one, because that was a pretty good roundabout. Take that gem. It's picking up something. There you are, a key. I was gonna say, it's picking up something else. Sometimes that stuff blends in. Den it is, because we do want to be able to actually get through the house today. Alright. Parlor. Alright, let's see if we can't do one other logic puzzle here without hurting my brain too much. Alright, there are 2 true boxes. There are 2 empty boxes. This box is empty. So if we assume that these 2 are the true ones, then this would be false. I feel like that's the most solid logic. Unless, you know, one of those is a lie, but no, we were correct, so that's good. Chapel it is. We'll donate a coin to our little piggy bank. Hello. It's so cute. Ooh, and we almost missed an item as well. We'll redraw it, because I want to keep heading a little north. Ooh, secret passage might be kind of worth it. Yeah, let's do secret passage. And then what was it picking up? There's coins or something somewhere. Oh, a key. Hiding right up against the... That's mean. Let's do green thumb, because usually we'll get like a courtyard or one of the other like multi-door rooms. Okay, that's not the best pull, but we can do... I guess, you know... I kind of want to do veranda. We have plenty of gems. And it was worthwhile. We got ourselves a sledgehammer. So if we get a workshop, we might be able to make another super sledge and play around with that. What item were you picking up? Was it the sledgehammer? It must have been. It was beeping for a second there. West Wing Hall, because we want to keep pressing on. Let's see if we can't get to the foundation from here. Gift shop, I'm pretty sure we bought everything already. But it's not a bad crossover, so let's do that. Workshop, perfect. Do we want to make the workshop more standard? I think we do, actually. Let's make it a little bit more common. That way we can get it more often, because we still haven't experimented that much with some of the things that we can build. We have a G today, which is good to have. I think we already have the G notated. Alright, I think... Let's build ourselves another sledgehammer, honestly. Like I said, it's the go-to, but it seems to unlock a lot in the house. So let's just have that with us. We might make a trip back out to the tomb today. Oh, we don't have the tomb today. Never mind. We might poke around and see what else we could find, I should say. Break room, I think, will pop, because that will be super useful for our security pass. Alright, and we're experts on this now, so let's see. I say experts, but we'll find out. So 9 times 5, and then flipped, so it should be, what's that? 54 divided by 3. Or is that minus 3? This is minus, I think, right? Yellow's minus, purple's division, so that would be 51 divided by 3. Hang on. That'd be 54. And that's 51 divided by 3. I don't... Oh, maybe ending in 7? 17? Yeah, 17. Okay. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Times 7 is 21. Alright, and then we have minus 5. So 16 minus 10 is 6. And flip it, would it just be 6? Or am I messing up my symbols again? No, I'm messing up my symbols. Okay, so and it's 17. Then we have 1 plus 2 is 3. That's multiply is pink, right? So 3 times 7 is 21. Do I reverse it? No, because then it would be 12. So 21 minus 10 is 11. Minus 5. Or do I... Because then it would just be 5 and it would be flipped. It's either 12... Let's see. 3. Or do I just do the subtraction first? No, because this is on the inner circle, so that should be the next order of operations. So 3 times 7 is 21. And then it's minus. Why am I blanking on this one? I can't flip it. Or maybe it's reverse the order, so maybe it's plus? No. Maybe it's minus 15 if it wants me to do that. But then it would still be... That doesn't make any sense. So hang on. So let's do 3 minus 10. No, it's going to be a negative. So 15. So if you reverse it, that makes sense. So it's 9 times 5 is 45. Flipped would be 54. Minus 3 is 51. Divided by 3 is 17. Yes. Okay, so then we have 1 plus 2 is 3. Inner circle times 7 is 21. And 21 minus 5 would be 16. Minus 10 would be 6, but you can't flip a 6. Is it 9? No. Okay, I was going to say you can't flip a 6. It's not 6 because you can't reverse it. Is it... Okay, let's just start figuring this out. Let's do reverse. Let's just press the buttons and see if we can't figure out what it's trying to get the answer for, because that doesn't make any sense. 15, 17. Here I thought we had this one, and apparently it's still stumping me unless I'm doing the order of operations incorrectly, but 15, 17, 13, 15, 17. Nope. 15 apparently? How would you get 15 from that? So it'd be 51? Huh. Okay. We have 13. Oh, see, now it's on a different ring, though. 13 plus 1. So 41, because you reverse it, divided by... Oh, sorry, minus 20, which would be 21, but we don't have a 21 option. So maybe 31. So maybe you reverse it first, 31, and then minus 1, so it's 30. Minus 20. Or sorry, 32 minus 20 would be 12. No. 17. And you get 15 somehow. So let's see how they got 15. So we have 1 plus 2 is 3. Times 7 is 21. And yellow is subtraction. But how would I get to... How would I get to 51? That's so strange. And this isn't... So this isn't 31 plus 1, which would be 32, minus 20, which would be 12. It wasn't 12. Would it be 14? That would be 41 minus 20, which would be 21, which we don't have the option for. So let's see, 31. That's the only one that would make sense. Would be 30, like reverse that to 31. Plus 1 would be 32. Then minus 20 would be 12, but apparently it's not that. So how did they get... How did they get that? It's not 12? Okay. Because it would be 41 minus 20, which would be 21. But we don't have a 21 as an option. Okay. Apparently it's 15. Don't know how they got that either. So there must be a new order of operations that I'm missing, or once again I'm just overthinking things, but I don't understand how they got that. This is reversing the process, so maybe it is subtraction, because that would be... Let's just say this made it like subtraction or something, right? No, that doesn't make any sense either. $13. The green bullseye. The yellow bullseye symbol goes for both yellow operations. In this case, the green bullseye. Oh, so you reverse both of them? But that would just be 5 and 1. Okay, then 21 minus. Okay, that makes sense. So this would be 1 and 31, though. That would still be... Am I tripping? Because that would still be 32, which would be 12. Because you can't reverse 1. Or would it be 32 and then going back? So 31. Oh, well, damn. Okay, so hang on. 31 would be 23. Is it 3? Did they reverse it twice? Oh, my God. Okay, so you reverse it twice. That's yucky. Alright, closet we don't want. Let's redraw. Let's see what we get. Not the best pulls. Let's do kitchen. Make sure we're fresh on our steps. We got plenty of coin. Always turn on our sink. Attic is a tempting pull, but that's not going to help us at the moment. Let's do Great Hall. We got a couple keys. We might be able to... So, there should be some items behind here. Yeah. That gives us another key. There should be some behind here. Oh, maybe in the next room. Oh, just coins. Okay, I was hoping for another key. Now, what we're hoping for is another clock tower. So that will at least let us get our key that we want. We'll hit pantry, because I don't think we're going to go into the antechamber from that direction today. Oh, there's our last key. Coat check would have been cool a minute ago. Let's do... Do we want to do armory? We don't have anything else to light up off the top of our heads today. So maybe solarium, because that might help get us that clock tower. No other items. We do get a gem. Let's see. Are you locked? No, you're not. Okay, cool. Oh, mail room. It is a dead end, but that does set us up for tomorrow, and we got the whole right side of the house to fool around in. So we'll place that order. And I guess we'll circle back. We do have the super sledgehammer now. Which, I mean, we could start poking around, I suppose. And seeing if there's anything. We've already bought everything from there. Dormitory would be cool, but we don't want a dead end just yet. Let's do aquarium. I know I can't break open the fish tanks with the aquarium. Ooh, a shovel. Alright. We'll head north, I think. We have one other cog room, so none of these are the best pull. Let's do the Mechanicum for now. I'll just keep it the same. Or at least let us go straight. Okay, we can use the one key that we have. Trophy rooms. We keep heading to the right. And we actually have some trophies now, so we can, you know, appreciate them. Look at that. So fancy. How are we doing on the rest of everything? Curse mode, dare mode. 1 day. Look at the trophy cases. Okay. Ooh, we're almost done with that, too. Okay, that's locked. Well, I guess we're going to go this direction for the time being, because we got to find some more keys. Music room looks like the ticket. Prism key. Clock tower is blue, so if we draw a blue room, which is the trophy room, so let's try that. Let's try pulling a clock tower maybe from the trophy room. Special keys. Prism key, because it pulls something of the same color, right? Oh, it doesn't fit? Hang on, am I tripping? If you unlock a door with the prism key in a... Oh, it doesn't do for blue rooms. Oh, okay. Well, let's just use a regular key. Oh, perfect. Worked anyways. Look at that. The music room hasn't. I mean, we had the music puzzle, which I've still yet to dive into. But we haven't checked to see if I can break anything with the super sledge. We already have that. So there's clues in here for the a music puzzle, which I imagine is pretty sizable, but nothing else that's interactable with. All right, Clocktower, are you still open? Drat, I think we're gonna have to wait again. Let's see. What's the time currently? We are still a fair bit away from 1:30. So, let's go explore the rest of the house. We still have plenty of steps, and we'll try and keep our eye on the clock. But at least we have the clock tower open. We'll go back to the music room, I guess, and try to warp around the east side of the house. Not the best polls. Okay. Archives it is, which might bite us a little bit, but that's fine. Okay. A lot of dead ends today. Let's pull an archived floor plan and see if it saves us. It does. That's a first, I think. Oh, once again, not the best polls. Give me a good poll. Come on. Yes. Okay. We'll do a break room on this side of the house. No coins or nothing. Okay. 18. What does that mean? That's a new one. Maybe it's half of 18. Let's try 9. No, so 18. It's not 18 again. Okay, so 18. Is it 1? No. Let's see. It's not 9. 4? No. I'm trying to think of maybe divisibles. 6? Oh, it is 6. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's white, so that's 1. So maybe it's divided by 3? But that would still be 1 times 9 is 9? No, so that's 18. Somehow it's 6. Oh, this is new. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it's multiplied if it's in the white. So let's make that 3. No, because that would be too much. Because that's times. So maybe 18. No, 18. 6. Because that would have been 18 divided by 3 is 6. But 1 divided by 3 is like a decimal point. So maybe it's 1 times 3. But then it'd be 9 times 3, and that's too much. And it would have to be either 9, 18. Because 9 doesn't have any other multiplied besides 9 and 18. Because everything else is too big. And it's neither of those, apparently. Oh, unless it's... Because then if it was a third... 9 times a third would be 3. Oh, no. We're getting into fractions and decimals and nonsense. Okay. Okay, so let's see. That would be a third. Plus... Oh, but you can't divide that by 3, can you? Uh-oh. Maybe 7? Ah, okay. I hate that. This is getting worse, you guys. We can do the closed exhibit. I don't know if I can make the run, though. But we're gonna pull that one regardless. Oh, we don't have a security pass. I screwed myself. I wasn't thinking. This one always has closed doors. Okay, that's alright. Let's make a run back to the clock tower. Huh. There are differently colored chairs, which is odd. None in the front row, two in the back, and one in the... Can't interact with the piano. There's always the music, but we've already looked at that. Alright. How much longer do we have? We have a clock in here, right? No, we do not. Okay. We might have to kill a little bit of time. Without wasting too many footsteps. Oh yeah, we still got a while. I'm trying to think. We have a super sledge. But all of our rooms are blocked off. We could go to the Great Hall. But everything else is kind of a dead end. So let's... I don't know if I got enough steps to be pulling around. 1, 2... 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. But why not? Let's make a run for it. Maybe the clock tower will have to be a different day. Which is a shame. I do want to kind of get one of the Undercroft things knocked out, because we only have the one so far. But at least we have the key. Oh, we can always buy some bananas. And one more. Cool beans. That should cover our butts a little bit. This is probably the right way to go. We have 2 keys if we should need it. No, let's not use a prism key. Excellent. Let's see. Let's do archives just in case we somehow get something with a security door pass in it. We did get casino, which now I'm kind of thinking maybe we should have saved our lever, but that's okay. Can I break anything with the super sledge is the question. No, okay. But we can gamble a good amount of money, so let's do that. Can't do 100, but let's do 20. Nope, nada. Almost 2 allowance, which would have been nice. Well, alright. Any other options that we have? Not really. I don't want to run outside. What other rooms might have something that we could break? Let's see. We have a shovel too, so we can always dig around outside as well. I don't know if we have anything else that we could really break down. Almost there, you guys. Hour and a half in game. Which I think is maybe a few minutes for us, so we just gotta kill a little bit of time. Do I have enough stuff to maybe make something else? Let's see. Okay, we know that the shovel and stuff goes together. Ooh, shovel and compass goes together. A dowsing rod? Let's see what that's about. What do you do? While drafting rod points towards rooms that may contain more items today than... Oh, okay, so that's very useful, but considering that we don't have anywhere to go, it's not going to help us in this moment. But still, that's interesting. Maybe I should have kept the shovel, but that's fine. I know we don't want to get too far away from the clock tower, because I can feel myself kicking myself about running out of steps. So let's head back to the clock tower, and we might just have to play a bit of a waiting game. Mew, I'm Coraline now with the dowsing rod. Yes, I'm gonna find a horrible abandoned well and get transported to an awful other place. We can't break or anything in here. There's nothing to use the sledgehammer for. I wish we could break down that wall now that we know that it's here. I know we spent a good amount of time on that puzzle too, and now we can't even utilize it. Come on, let me break this down. But we'll wait here for a second. We have 8 doors in the basement. We've unlocked 2, and this key will give us a 3rd, which we already have the solution for the puzzle inside. There we go. Perfect. View the poem about the keys. Where else could the others be? Let me actually pull that up. Let's see, where you at? There you are. Okay, the first key found. The first key found here on the furthest rank, so that was room 46. The second key locked tight in the vault of a bank. So we do know that there's one in the vault, but we gotta keep opening up different safety deposit boxes. And in my experience... Oh no, we have to do it again? Okay. I remember what times were. Okay, hang on. We had 5. In my experience, anytime I get a safety deposit box key, it never wants to give me the vault, and anytime I get the vault, I never have any keys on me. But we know there's one in the vault. That was that. This one was 5:57, right? 5:57. This one was 6 o'clock. This one was... Hang on, make sure I'm doing this right. Make sure I'm not making the same mistakes. 55. Bear with me here. I know I just solved this puzzle, but I'm already thinking I might mess it up again. Hang on. Okay. 7 o'clock. This one was... Oh, hang on, no. Because I think that was 58. This was 8:55. This one was 9. Uh-oh. Oh, this has to be 7 as well, though, huh? Yeah, it looks like we do have to do it again, but that is fine, because we will figure it out. I might figure it out, I just have to remember what they were. I think this was 57, if I recall. That was 5:57. This would have been like 5:50. Right? 5:50. 5:57, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Oh no, because this was like 08, right? 5:08. That was 5:08. This would have been 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock. This is 8:05. There we go. Okay. Much quicker this time. I just had to remember. Alright. Now let's run back down to the foundation. Now that we have our key, we'll at least be able to solve that for this run of this stream, and we'll get that knocked out here. And then, once we successfully solve that, we might call it a stream, just because we're getting already kind of late in the day. And I am getting kind of hungry. But we're definitely going to knock this out of the park first. Let's see, what else was on that little riddle? So we know that there's one in the vault. The third is high among all the clocks, which we just got. The fourth down below, beneath all the docks. We have that one already. That was the one from the reservoir. So that is 4 of the keys that we're already aware of. We have 3. Well, we're soon to have 3 of the doors unlocked. We need to get another one from the vault. But the 5th key is held by a king on his throne. So that one I'm not too certain of where that could necessarily be. We also have the 6 in a station left by one of your own. So I'm not sure what station it's referring to. The 7th is major if you draft it quite late, which... I'm thinking like the music room. I think that is the music puzzle. I'm just assuming since this says the 7th is major. Like I'm thinking music major, right? Like major and minor. And then the last key is waiting beyond the last door of 8. Which, I don't know how we're supposed to get it if it's behind the last door. But regardless, we'll do Pentagon. Because I do believe we have the symbol for it. We don't have the rest of the information. Oh, all the information for the rest of them. So let's use it for the Pentagon. Let me pull up that sigil real fast. Here we are. We should have what we need to get this one solved. So it should have little mountains between everything. There we go. 2 in each flank. Yes. And then it's going to have 4 lines with dashes through them. No, we need 4 lines. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need to switch those middle ones too. Oh, no, because this one just changes the center. I don't think it changes the lines, does it? Changes the center. So we want to go back to our mountains. Okay, and then that's right, there's this one. That should have squigglies on the outside. Not like that. That's what we want. We want those. Oh, but it changes everything around. So we're gonna need that right there is what we want. Okay, the button's not what we need. So we still have to change things around. So, does this give us the little squigglies that we need? I don't think so. Because we're looking for basically like southeast, northeast, like that. We're looking for a cross piece like this. But does this give us the little dashes that we need? I don't think so. Okay, because that's all correct, except we need dashes along this side here. Because it looks exactly like that, except it has lines through those center portions there. So how do we get those lines? There we go. That's what I want. Oh, I see. It's a whole other part of the thing. Okay. No. We want those ones. Okay, and then this will let us change it around. Gotcha. Okay, I didn't realize that was a separate thing altogether. So let's get back to our little shape that we need. Perfect. And then we'll just change these for little squigglies, and that should be it. There we go. Awesome. Ooh, okay. We got a little bit more going on than before. What are you? Okay, I'm actually writing this last postcard sitting at my... Oh, this last postcard. Okay. So maybe this is the last stop, possibly? I'm actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. I suppose I should put forth the extra effort and drop it in the mail for consistency, but I am tempted to save the postmaster trip, and I will just wind up here once again to join the other 7, which I am pleased to report were all waiting for me on my desk, safe as can be. Flipping through them has reminded me of my many friends I made and lessons learned along the way, and as I look back, one truth shines brighter than the others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. P.S. Remind Anne to replace the books I lost. But this is the last one, which means this is the last symbol on the trip, because I think this is after the revolution, right? So... Oh, we're also going to mess with this here in a second, too. Oh, this one's more complicated. No, okay. We might have to come back to that one. I'm chilling on allowance. I'm more excited about checking on something else real fast. I want to double check the postcard that was in here, because this might be our solution. 8 realms. Okay, so I think this is the first one. I tend to ignore as planning, yada yada. It seems fitting to begin my journey. So, okay, so I think this is the first. This is the first one. So, the first one is the keyhole. We already kind of knew that. And the last one is the pentagon, I think. We have that unlocked. We haven't... I don't think we have the information needed for the diamond. I'll double check my notes real fast while we're here. Yeah, checking it, I don't believe we have it. So we would only solve it by sheer luck, so we got to come back with more information. But we did get ourselves another chamber and some better clues, solid back and forths for the actual door to the antechamber. I'm going to throw my lot at that puzzle a few more times. And then I think we'll call it. But let's see if we can't get this figured out. Damn, okay. Regardless, I think we're going to call it there. Because we do have at least one other of our simple puzzles solved. We might have to come back for that allowance coin. But considering we're up to 40 gold per day on the allowance, I think we're okay. And we are dead-ended for the most part. We don't have our security key, but let's go end the day in the break room if we can, because that will net us a security key for tomorrow. Awesome sauce. We have unlocked another room in the Undercroft and solved the puzzle. So we have 2 out of 8 solved and accounted for. We have 1 other door open, and we know the location of at least 2 other keys. So we're going to, of course, try and aim for that. I do want to get back into the antechamber and play around with the geography puzzle again, because I do want to solve that. That's the next kind of one that's been hankering me, just like the drawing room puzzle for a long while there. But we'll run back up, end it off in the break room. Shame we don't have a coat check for the super sledge or some of the other stuff we found, but that's okay. Today had some long puzzles that I think we might cut out. We'll go gift shop and then around. But nonetheless, I had a pretty darn good time, and I feel accomplished, especially given all the things we were able to uncover today. But we'll call it a day here so we can start the next day with a security pass. Awesome. All right. that is our day 60. I think a very accomplished day 60. We had a pretty good day 59 as well, but kind of, took a whole other run to get us to see it come to fruition, I should say. Thank you guys for joining me, as always, on Mondays to go through here. We're getting closer and closer to whatever the final puzzle, final answer of this game is. I've been having a blast playing through it. I will see you all this next Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Ralphine, I hope you heal up well. Sorry about your knee. I'll catch you all next week, and we'll see what else awaits us. Maybe we'll get the key from the vault, which is also on the list of things we need to do. But nonetheless, you guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chatting and joining in on some of the puzzles. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and whether it's a good morning, a good night, a good afternoon, take care. Bye.